And thank you very much, Ambassador, as well, for the excellent introduction, and to everyone here for actually attending this Ireland-Portugal Business Network launch in Porto. Now, I have to confess that I do feel slightly an imposter here, because I know this event, I'm newly elected, just about 2 weeks into the role, but I know that this event has been largely organised by my predecessor, Aoife Healy, sitting here in the front row, who's actually going to moderate one of the panels. So it's been made rather easy for me, I have to say, to step into a sort of pre-packaged event, which is our launch here in Porto. So very much looking forward to this being the first of a number of events in Porto. I feel that there are a lot of synergies between the network and the type of work which Invest Porto, the Camera, is doing, which the Innovation Hub is doing as well within the city. And I feel that we can work very well together, as Ambassador has said, actually looking to expand our presence here in a similar way to we have the presence in both Lisbon and the Algarve. So just a little bit about the IPBN. It was launched in 2016. It was kind of a relaunch, actually, but I think because originally it had been founded in 2007. But 2016, it was just shortly after the visit of the Irish President, and the network was launched by Tony Boyle together with Aoife, with the assistance of the Embassy and the DFA, with a view to giving opportunity to Irish and Portuguese people to connect and form relationships that help their own businesses and those of others. I think that one of the biggest challenges, I have to say, of the network was actually continuing to function during the pandemic. And I think I spoke about innovation, and I think the leadership of the network, particularly Aoife and the board, we were able to flip and pivot very nicely into the kind of digital space, continue to hold events which actually retained interest of members, but actually enabled us to grow as a network. So we are supported by the Embassy, of course, to which we're very grateful. The Embassy of Portugal in Ireland, Enterprise Ireland, ASEP, again, very grateful for each one of these participations and support. The DFA, and to Regional Portugal. Important point is we do receive financial support from the DFA under the Immigrant Support Programme, and that's something which one of my objectives will be as a chair of the network, to increase our sustainability as a network. And Porto and the growth of Porto is a very important component to achieving and increasing that sustainability. That's the board. Mercifully, Aoife has decided to stay on as board member. We have other board members represented here, for example, Susan. So we're very, very grateful to, and Mario. So we're very grateful to the board for their continuing support during my chairmanship. Can't forget about Arnold and Ellis, really the machine behind the network, and in terms of the organisation of the events and our profile, our online presence, our ability to reach and have the reach, increase our reach in the way that we do, really is largely down to them. So I'm very grateful for all their work, and also in putting Arnold in particular, the work he's put together in making this event happen, as Ambassador has said, the third time of asking. But so what does the network do? Presentations by business leaders. There you see Michael O'Leary, needs no introduction, an important stakeholder as well, Ryanair, within the Porto airport. We have this sufficient profile to attract speakers such as Michael O'Leary to our events, to share their views and engage our members. Also through conference events, the annual Sustainability Conference and Working and Living in Portugal conferences, which are two of our flagship events. One of my objectives will be to increase those flagship events so that we can have possibly 4 conferences in the calendar, whereby effectively they will be events which will look to profile, maybe one of those focused here in Porto. And I have to say, actually, about the Sustainability Conference, the last conference was particularly dynamic, particularly great energy, both in the room with the speakers, with the moderators, and with the participants. And I have a strong feeling that, obviously, one of the main objectives of the network is to increase trade between Portugal and Ireland. And I actually think that really achieved that objective. I feel that there were partnerships which were created in that room on that day, which will move forward into actually solidifying into increased trade. Then we have focused networking events. Here we have an example of the Enterprise Ireland Ultra Speed networking event. Again, always looking to be innovative, looking to move towards a new space, looking to be current and engage our members. We've had some great testimonials from members in terms of how they feel about the network, what they feel the network has done for their businesses. And some of the nicest testimonials have come from businesses which have appreciated our support during the pandemic, when businesses really did, particularly SMEs, really did need that support. Then member meet member events. Don't know who that guy is in the middle, but we are very much looking for members to introduce themselves and be given an opportunity to introduce themselves to other members. Sometimes networks and chambers of commerce can maybe overlook a little bit about the fact that the members themselves can network with each other and again increase trade, form partnerships, do business together, and even have a reliable source of reference in order to build the structure that they need in order to whether launch or grow their businesses in Portugal. Then we have, of course, the conversations with political leaders, with Pascal O'Donoghue, Minister for Finance and President of the Eurogroup, Finance Ministers, with the ambassadors there. That was another great event, a huge profile for us. As ambassadors mentioned, we're having another ministerial visit next week, which the IPBN will participate in. So really, it's also a great insight into sort of political thinking and exposure to that arena. Then we have, obviously, the website. Now, no network would be complete without a dynamic website. I can say with great confidence that it is a dynamic website with exactly all the information, a lot of information that you want to find about our events, about the members, profiles of whether it be the committee or individual members themselves. So there's a great benefit through membership of actually having exposure on that website. Then the webinars and masterclasses, this is a great initiative, effectively, and one which maybe we were a little bit surprised at how much interest it generated. Effectively, once again, I've talked only really about increasing and growing business relationships. It's also about sharing knowledge. And I think that our membership, we're very lucky to have a membership which has significant knowledge in a number of different sectors. Now, again, another objective will be to grow those sectors as the network grows. So another great opportunity for members to get involved and actually profile what they do. And then LinkedIn, it is really a lot of activity on LinkedIn. You will be able to keep abreast of events, of what the network is doing, but also of other events which are of interest to members. So it does keep you current as well in terms of what's going on. So Ireland-Portugal Business Network, the communications are through, as a member you receive newsletters, updates, weekly roundups, and there is a Business Success Award, which was actually probably the most popular, greatest number of participants this year, the Business Award for 2021. And so we expect that to grow, and who knows, one day in the near future we can hold the award up here in Porto. And indeed, so much more. So what can the network do for you? I think I've more or less outlined what we can do for you. It's there in a nutshell. It is about increasing your profile, about giving opportunities to network, about presenting and profiling your business. Geographical reach is also something which is an objective for the network, to increase that geographical reach. So if you're looking to do that, we can help. It's about participating, gaining support, and sometimes it's just about effectively meeting both peers and mentors. And we create the space for you to be able to do that. And also gaining confidence in your own business, whether that be through increasing your knowledge, whether to be increasing business partnerships or increasing your profile. So I think you've heard quite enough from me. Now, thank you very much indeed again for attending, your participation, and I'm certainly looking forward very much to the next